I can't tell you what's going to happen next week, but I can tell you what happened this past week. Demand is rising. The rate of inflation is creeping back up. That's a dangerous thing for interest rates. Mortgage demand is up. Inventory is barely growing. Jobs are strong. Oil prices are rising again. So why does that make mortgage rates more likely to go up? Most people think, hey, the market's improving. Things should get easier. But the bond market, that controls mortgage rates. And the bond market sees this very differently. What's actually happening is mortgage applications are up 21% year over year. That means buyers are trying to come back, right? Listings, though, are only up 1%, so supply's not keeping up. So with mortgage applications going up 21% year over year, but supply only moving up 1%, we just don't have enough homes. So there are builders starting more homes, but permits, new building permits, are falling. So the future supply chain's very uncertain. The Fed announced that they're going to hold rates steady. In fact, some of the Fed members said, don't expect cuts. It's possible that there could be, the Fed could raise the interest rate. Jobless claims they hit a historic low, but it kind of signals that the economy is still strong, but the GDP is growing so modestly. It's not weak enough to force rate cuts. Okay, so here's the worst part. The oil prices are still going up because the Strait of Hormuz, whatever, it's still not open to commercial traffic. So when oil goes up, inflation tends to follow. When inflation goes up, bond yields go up. When bond yields go up, mortgage rates follow. So here's the disconnect. Although buyers are coming back, sellers aren't flooding the market to give them the inventory they need. So the economy is still surviving, but inflation risks are starting to heat back up. That combination makes it harder for rates to drop, not easier. Okay, so if you're waiting for better rates, I don't see any hope of better rates coming on the horizon. I don't think you should be waiting for rates to drop. If you wait for rates to drop, they're going to stay elevated, and other buyers are still entering the market. 21% more mortgage applications this past month. So demand is building. If rates stabilize, even if they're up here, moving like they are, but if the whole world starts to say, all right, this is just what the interest rates are going to be, we're going to have more buyers than sellers in the market. And so it's going to be happening again. What's it going to happen? It's that time where you go, I made an offer, but there were 5 offers. I made an offer, but there were multiple. I couldn't get it. So you're going to be fighting with other buyers. So that's already starting to happen. I had one customer that I think she's made 3 offers, and she's lost because there've been multiple buyers. Her situation's pretty tight, so she's trying to find something that works. And every house that she looks at ends up in a multiple offer situation. So don't wait for perfect conditions. Position, if you're a seller and you're wondering if you should sell, call your realtor today. Call me. I'd love to connect you with the right realtor to help you sell your house. Anywhere in North Carolina, I can help you connect with realtors that are great at selling houses. Okay, so this is not a time that you wait for the Fed to cut the rates. This is not a rate cut market. If you're a loan officer, you're trying to figure out how to do this. Some loan officers lean into different payment structures, temporary buy downs. I never recommend a temporary buy down, personally. Now, loan officers, if that's what you do and you're looking for where should you do that, well, NEXA has tons of options. I'd love to have you. And if that's what you want to do, great. I don't typically recommend temporary buy downs because they're temporary and they're a buy down. You're paying ahead. You're kind of prepaying some interest. So I don't love it, but it works if that's what you need. If you know without a shadow of a doubt your income's going to be better the next year and better the next year, then maybe a temporary buy down works for you, and you can consider that. But I want you to be really wise. I'll do them. If you're a buyer and you're like, hey, I really want a temporary buy down, I'll help you. We can do that. I want you to know that you know your payment's going to go up, right? Okay, so the biggest mistake you can make right now is thinking if I just wait, things will get easier, because right now demand's rising, supply's tight, inflation risks are back. That usually means that things are going to get more competitive. And so that's kind of where we're at this week. Buckle up. Things are getting competitive. If you need to buy, sell, or move, let's talk. Let's get you in there as quick as we can so we can beat this competitive market that I believe is coming in May and June.